Greetings, family and friends. Here I am, back in the compound in West Africa, in Sierra Leone. And I've got a little sort of flower bed that I asked them to just make a flower bed. Well, I've got something, not sure it's exactly what I want. Oh, by the way, my name is Nyamakura Silla. Welcome to my channel. I'm just going to talk a little bit today about flowers and shrubs and planting things and gardening in Sierra Leone. So I did ask for a section of the garden to be made into a sort of a beautiful place, and this is what I got. So we got something like, I don't know, they just look a little sort of sprucey, like sprigs and things, but I'm not sure what they are. But they do look pretty though, lovely green colour. Obviously it's a rainy season now, and they look nice. Today, this morning it's not raining, the sun's out quite bright. I can feel it at the back of my head and neck, and the nape of my neck even, I think. I'm not sure what he's done here. It's a little bit of a mishmash, this and that. Ugh, don't know. Don't know what that is. And I really don't know what this is. I absolutely don't know. It just looks like a little bit of grass here and there and so on. I can see something here. I can see some pattern. A particular type of bush, type of flower growing, flowering. Obviously when it rains a lot, obviously now it's the rainy season, you just think to yourself, I hope the rain doesn't completely drench the plants, but it seems to be okay. They seem quite sturdy plants. And this is the one I really like. Lots and lots of yellow flowers. It's flowered quite a lot, and it's quite pretty. The green and the yellow. The green and the yellow. It is quite pretty when you see it like that, and it's the one that's grown quite a lot, so giving it a sort of a side view. Yeah, it's the one that's grown considerably more than the others. So I'm going to have to work on it, and that's the rest of the compound there. That's my little house and the back of it. It's work in progress. There's still quite a lot to do. Working on it, planning on another dwelling that side of the compound. So we'll see how it goes. Here we're capturing rainwater, because as you can imagine, water's a bit of a problem. There's a well over there, and yeah, so quite a lot of work still yet to do, but we are doing. And we are getting on with it. Okay, so there it is. There it is. Now, if you haven't subscribed to my channel before, please may I ask you to subscribe to it. To just help me grow my following. I speak on a number of topics. I sort of like to concentrate on social issues, but I'm a health professional, I'm an activist, and I may bring in lots of different things that are going on either in Sierra Leone, in the region, or across the world, affecting black people or anybody else that I may want to talk about any sort of ongoing issue that I may want to talk about. So if you've got a more broad-minded approach, I think, and want to hear about lots of different things, including travel and life and all of that, and just a bit of my own stuff thrown in there, please do subscribe. Oh, look at that. We've got butterflies flittering about. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at those butterflies. I think that's what it's all about, really, isn't it? Oh, there's a brown one and there's a white one. Flittering away. The life of a butterfly, eh? All you have to do is look pretty. Nothing else. You look pretty and fly about. Yeah. So somebody's got a disco somewhere in the vicinity, and they're just at it all day. which is not very nice, but there you go. I guess if I were away I wouldn't notice it, but the main thing is that there's a bit of space between you and them, and so the noise is reduced, you know. Yeah, but it's 9 o'clock in the morning and they're belting away some sort of reggae type music. I don't know. I do like reggae though, but I prefer the Bob Marley and the Peter Tosh and that sort of reggae. And I like, you know, they call it lovers rock, and it's a slow, steady type of reggae that we used to rock to back in the day, that sort of thing, but it's really lovely music as well. Yeah, so can you see that butterfly flittering away as well? Lovely. So the whole process of traveling these days seems to be less strenuous, I think. I mean, it's still quite hard. It's not for the faint-hearted, and you still have to go through all the COVID tests and the COVID clearances in different countries, because, you know, more or less different countries have different approaches to it. But when oh golly, did I do something? Yeah. When I came into Sierra Leone, what happened was that you had a test to kind of check whether you'd had COVID or not, and then you have a COVID test, and then they send the results of the actual COVID test to your phone. Well, we hope they'll send it to your phone in a few days' time. And in the UK, when I left there, I had my COVID test again to travel, because you need to show that at the airport to travel. So I had that, and then when I reached Belgium, I had to show again the evidence of that COVID test. So it's still ongoing, still quite a lot of it. People just have to be a little bit patient, I think, and give yourself lots of time to travel, arrive at the airport. I mean, normally they would say arrive at the airport 2 hours before travel. These days, I'd say go for the 3-hour mark. Arrive at the airport 3 hours before you travel. Plan all your traveling itinerary, if you like, couple of weeks in advance, get everything sorted, get your COVID tests and results done, evidence of the tests that you've paid, all of that. Put it all together before you travel, because I tell you, it's a real minefield out there. Really, really, absolutely is. So that's a little generator house, which obviously people may know that energy is a problem. Around here where I live, because it's not in the city, there's no electricity, so I provide my own. My eventual plan is to go fully solar, but at the moment, because I've just come and I've just sort of embarked on this in a way, I'm on the generator. So that's, you put the generator in its own little sort of container, if you like, its own dwelling, and it powers the house. Yeah, so that's where we are. I always, if you can, get good quality anything you're buying. Anything that you're buying, get whatever the top range quality that you can afford, because it'll go a long way. You'll be able to sustain it, um, and you won't have any problems dealing with it. You know, I mean, I live on my own, and I want to make, if I can, you know, obviously these things cost money. I want to make life as comfortable as I can with just the basics. I'm not talking about anything extraordinary. I'm just talking about basic stuff like electricity and water. You know, gathering rainwater, making sure that I have access to it, to water when every time really, because we need it to live, don't we? So that's the sort of thing I'm thinking about. Um, yeah. So here in Sierra Leone, people may have help, you know, with them all the time. I have one lad. I don't want any more. I don't like the idea of having lots of people around. 'Cause then it means you can't control anything, and anything could happen at any time, and you'd be none the wiser. And if I got to take time to go away, you know, I want to be in control of my own premises. I think that's important whilst you're alive. So, yeah, so I've got a lad, and he's free to go out and go to work if he can find local work. And I give him accommodation and an amount for living, really. So it sort of works. Work is sporadic around here. Mostly it's construction work that young people are involved in. It would be a better idea if they could forge on and try and stay on at school, but sometimes that's impossible. And the country's not sort of set up to skill young people to be professionals in other things like plumbing, carpentry, building, construction, that sort of thing, which would be a good idea. You know, but it's got to sort of be in the national plan of education, I think, and you've got to be able to harness the talent whilst you can. So whilst they're at primary school, I think if we could um, kind of identify those who may not be able to, because of parental inability, may not be able to go on to secondary school, and you know, we can help those. So people who are struggling with getting to school, buying their school uniform, not turning up for school because they've been sent out to do odd jobs or to sell things out, because that's what a lot of people do. They encourage the children more to go out and sell things rather than go to school or in education. Is the education system limited? Is it too focused on what we don't need, you see? So these are all the sort of things that perhaps government needs to think about, because I think that sort of straight-laced type of education, which just involves people learning more or less Western stuff on an academic basis, is not really helpful for us Africans, for the majority of people. And we've got to think about our own environment and how that can be enabled with a better system of education that equips us to live as Africans in 2021 and after that, with what we've got, with the resources that we've got. And I have to say, perhaps we're not thinking of those things. Perhaps we're not pointing our children in the right direction, giving them the tools that we need and they need to enable life to carry on. Anyway, so that's my TED talk for the day. Welcome to my channel again. If you like it, stay. Please subscribe. It's not your usual type of thing. And yeah, it'd be great to have you on board. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Cheers. Have a good day. Have a good week. Till we speak again. I'm looking at that little bird. It's a little bird and it's flitting from flower to flower. Anyway, cheers.